with this, Karim, the stage is yours, and thank you once more. Afterwards, please, we have a question and answer round. Post your questions in the chat. I will then accordingly read them, and yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so thanks a lot for your kindness to Felix and Daniela for allowing me to talk to all the students, explaining them what I do at my job every day, and also what our company does. So, little bit about. Can you please confirm, Felix, that you see my screen?
Everything is perfect. Go on.
Okay, super. Thanks a lot, Felix. So yes, I have finished. My name is Karim Vadiwala, and I finished my PhD in molecular biology at Max Perutz Laboratories about 2 years ago. And since then, I've been working as business development and sales manager at EUCODIS Bioscience, which is a biotech company based on campus Vienna Biocenter in Vienna in the 3rd district. And recently, we've been acquired by a Swiss company called Biosynth. That's why you see in our new logo, EUCODIS, which is part of now Swiss Life Science Biosynth group. And again, thanks a lot, Felix and Daniela, to give me an opportunity to present what my job role involves at EUCODIS Bioscience. I would first like to explain what we do at EUCODIS Bioscience. So a little bit about our company. We are enzyme engineers, and we have developed proprietary toolbox for enzyme optimization that includes in vivo recombination, gene shuffling, and other mutagenesis approaches. And since past 15 years, we have used this proprietary toolbox for enzyme manufacturing and used these tools to manufacture about or more than 50 well-characterized enzymes that we routinely supply to pharmaceutical companies, cosmetic companies, diagnostic companies, fine chemical companies globally. We are a very global company. We have customers globally, including parts of Asia that includes Japan, China, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Middle East like Dubai, Gulf, Egypt. And then we also ship our enzymes to America and different countries in Europe. So we are a very global company. And in addition to our commercially available off-the-shelf enzymes, we also have customized protein manufacturing services. So we do microbial fermentation and to produce enzymes, and we do every step of the value chain. That includes process development, scale up, and other parts of routine protein manufacturing. We were founded in 2007, so we are about 15 years old, and we are headquartered in Vienna, Austria. And we are ISO 9001 certified company. That means all the enzymes we manufacture, they are produced and manufactured under ISO 9001 grade. Now, moving forward, so besides our enzymes and customized protein manufacturing services, we also have some technology. So I will just shortly explain one of the key interesting technology that might be interesting for some of you. So this is a technology that we have developed and patented for tagging different kind of proteins and antibodies with drug molecules or fluorescent molecules. So what you see here is a cartoon of recombinant antibody in the blue color that has a short linker peptide on the left side of the screen. And then we have generated an engineered protease and enzyme that comes and recognizes this linker peptide and helps to attach or conjugate this recombinant antibody with a drug molecule, generating an antibody drug conjugate. So just to explain you briefly, such antibody drug conjugates are used by pharmaceutical companies for clinical trials to inject in human patients for delivering the drug at the site of your interest, at the tumor of your interest in the patients. Therefore, this technology can be used to cure cancer. And in addition, it can be also used to detect different kind of markers in the diagnostics or in also in imaging field. So you can also use it for detecting different kinds of molecules of your interest for antibody labeling, for example. And we are looking forward to out-license this technology to different pharmaceutical and diagnostic companies. Now, I would like to briefly mention also about Biosynth. So this is the Swiss life science company that has bought our company in Vienna, EUCODIS Bioscience, and a little bit about Biosynth. So Biosynth is a very global life science provider and a chemical manufacturing company. We have a peptide and peptide manufacturing units in America and Netherlands, and then we have chemical manufacturing plants or units in Slovakia, Switzerland, England, and China. And then we have an antibody manufacturing facility in Dublin, Ireland, and we are the enzyme manufacturing site of Biosynth in Vienna, Austria. Yes, so we are very global life science provider and manufacturing company for different types of chemicals. And now I would like to briefly mention about myself. So about my education and my experience. So I have studied my bachelor's in biotechnology at University of Pune in India. After which I've received a Swiss scholarship from a foundation in Geneva to study my master's at University College London, and I finished my master's in prenatal genetics and fetal medicine at UCL London. And as part of my master's, I also went to Cambridge at Bebraham Institute, Cambridge, to finish my thesis research project on placental stem cells and epigenetics. And after this master's, I worked as a research assistant or a technician at a neuroscience lab in UCL London. In London. And following this work and a little bit of research experience, I came to Vienna to pursue my PhD at Max Perutz laboratories in molecular biology and also neuroscience at University of Vienna in Vienna. And since about past 2 years after finishing my PhD, I have joined EUCODIS Bioscience, and I've been working as a business development and sales manager. And before I actually go into business development and sales role to explain what exactly I do on day-to-day basis, briefly I would like to explain you all what I did during my PhD at Max Perutz Laboratories. So at Max Perutz Laboratories, I have published, along with other co-authors, I have published a paper in a neuroscience field in Science Advances. So this is a technology in the field of tissue clearing, labeling, and imaging. We have developed a method called Deep Clear that enables to make different kinds of organisms completely transparent like a glass. Then you can image them after labeling them with different kinds of antibodies and RNA detection methods. So what you see on the screen is a Z-stack recording of a zebrafish that was first pigmented with black melanin pigment in the eyes. And with our technology Deep Clear that you can study and refer to in the article in the Science Advances in 2020, what you can see that we have made the fish completely transparent. We have made it pigmentless using our technology Deep Clear. Then we have labeled them with an anti-acylated tubulin, labeling the entire brain nerves and eye nerves. And you can thoroughly image it with a light sheet microscope. And without the need of sectioning the tissue, you can study the entire fish labeled with this neuronal marker in about weeks' time or 2 weeks' time, rather than taking years of time. Yeah, because you don't need to do any tissue sectioning now. Now, coming back to my role, what I do at EUCODIS Bioscience. So I am a business development and sales manager at EUCODIS, as I mentioned in the first part of my talk. So one of my key responsibilities is to do business development at international trade fairs. So what I do is, for example, just to give you a glimpse of my year that I spent in 2022, this year at EUCODIS, I have visited the following fairs internationally this year so far, and I will be visiting some more. So yeah, one of my key duties or responsibilities is to visit such trade fairs internationally and talk to our customers to understand what kind of enzymes they need from us, and we could offer such products to these customers. And in case if some of our enzymes that we offer them does not fit into their portfolio or projects, then which kind of enzymes we could develop for them in a customized fashion, for example, as a R&D project. So these companies, pharmaceutical, cosmetics, diagnostics, or fine chemical companies would pay us to develop such customized enzymes, and we would develop for them in a customized project. That is what I do at these trade fairs internationally. So now I will walk you through briefly which fairs I have been recently in this year, so that you get a general idea that, yeah, what my role involves. For example, in the beginning of the year in April, I was at this fair called In Cosmetics Paris. And as you know, France is very famous for its cosmetic companies. And in addition to the famous French cosmetic companies, this fair attracts globally relevant and very reputed cosmetic companies from countries including Japan, South Korea, India, China, and also different countries in Europe, including Switzerland, England, and parts of America. So I have spoken to many clients and customers who are interested in using our enzymes for producing cosmetic ingredients that can be used in cosmetic lotions and novel cosmetic products. Now, going forward, next I was at an international fair called Bio in San Diego, California in June. And this Bio fair is known to attract international pharmaceutical and biotech companies from entire globe. So around 15,000 people came from entire planet to attend this fair for 3 to 4 days. And I have spoken to especially companies from Japan, South Korea, and different countries in Europe who have shown interest in our bioconjugation technology that can be used to tag different kind of antibodies to generate antibody drug conjugates that can be used to cure cancer. So these companies from South Korea, Japan, and from different European countries have shown interest to buy our technology, or to say to in-license our technology, yeah, which can be used to cure cancer. Going forward, in September, I was at a trade fair called MedFit, and it's a very reputed trade show in the French biotech cluster. And the main focus of this event is diagnostics. So they attract many diagnostic companies who aim to develop diagnostic tests for human diagnostics for detecting different kinds of human diseases. And I spoke to a lot of clients at this MedFit event who are interested to use our enzymes in the field of human diagnostics to detect different kinds of genetic diseases. And lastly, I would like to explain you, I was at this fair recently called Nordic Life Science Days in Malmö in Sweden. And at the main focus of this event is mainly Nordic bioscience and biotech companies that come from the Nordic region, that includes Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Iceland, and Finland. And I have spoken mainly to companies that are interested in developing single cell technologies, and different types of diagnostic companies that are interested in using our enzymes for single cell technology preparation and also for diagnostics. Yes. So I'm in touch with such companies that I spoke to at Nordic Life Science Days. And now I would like to explain you that what is my key role in EUCODIS Bioscience. What do I do when I work at EUCODIS? So for example, as I told you, one of my key role is to do business development, to talk to customers and to gain new customers by explaining the applications of our enzymes and which kinds of enzymes we can manufacture for them on a customized basis. So we can manufacture up to kilograms of enzymes for different kinds of customers, and that is what I do in business development. And in addition to that, I also do marketing. So I do marketing on different social media platforms like LinkedIn, that you are all familiar with. And then I also do marketing on different kinds of pharmaceutical marketing platforms like there's a British platform called Pharma Industry Review. I generate some kind of content for my company on this Pharma Industry Review platform. And in addition, I also generate marketing flyer for my company, enlisting our products and services and technologies. So recently I have finished with a Slovakian company, marketing company. I've generated a content or a marketing flyer enlisting our different kinds of products that are used in pharmaceuticals, in diagnostics, in vaccine manufacturing, and also enlisting our services and this conjugation technology that I explained you. Then I also do price negotiation with customers. So we send customers our offers for products and services. And especially this price negotiation is important in markets, price sensitive markets like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, where customers really negotiate even on cents to save their cents and euros. So I negotiate with such customers, trying to offer the best offer for us to create win-win situation for the customer as well as for our company. And then I also do cross-team collaboration with the scientists. Whenever we have new projects for different kinds of customers, I interact on day-to-day basis with the scientists and technicians in my company. And what does my daily routine or day look like? For example, if a customer sends us a request for different enzyme, and if we have this enzyme, then the normal procedure is that I will send them the quotation or offer explaining how much this enzyme costs. But it also happens usually on day-to-day basis that certain enzymes that customers need, we don't have such enzymes. So in those cases, I need to interact with my scientists and ask them if we can produce this enzyme in what time frame, what would be the cost, and how we could deliver such enzymes to customers. And then I also interact with our finance team and ask them exactly, what price we can offer such offers to our customers. And then before shipping the product to the customer, our quality control and quality assurance team at EUCODIS Bioscience checks and confirms if the product meets the criteria that we should be fulfilling the criteria or the norm that we are used to as a company, as a ISO 9001 grade company. And in addition to my daily routine that I explained you, we also have consultants that help us to grow our business in different international markets. For example, Mr. Blanc, he helps us to gain new customers in the French cosmetic markets because he's French and he speaks French and he has a very good know-how and knowledge about the cosmetics industry. Then we have Mr. Michael Hansel in Austria, and he has a very good know-how amongst clients in Austria and Europe and also China because he's an international dealer also in China. So he helps us to grow our business in Austria, Europe, and China. And then we have in the DACH region, Mr. Wolfgang Haufe, and he helps us to grow our business in DACH region in Germany, in Austria, and also parts of Switzerland. So I also interact on weekly or monthly basis with our consultants. And in addition, we also have distributors in international markets that include South Korea, China, India, Pakistan, Japan, Egypt in the Middle East, and America. And I interact and try to understand how we can expand using these distributors in these international markets. So who are distributors? Distributors are companies who first buy our enzymes and then resell our enzymes to their customers. So it helps to multiply our business because these distributors have existing customers. They first buy from us and sell our enzymes to their customers. And now I would like to explain you or some suggestions which are the key skills required for doing this job. So in my opinion, one is one needs to be very good in the communication. And so you need to first understand what the customer exactly needs, what are the customer requirements, what are the challenges that customers face in biotech, academics, in pharmaceutical companies and diagnostic companies and fine chemical companies and in cosmetic companies, and how we can assist them to develop these products and then deliver them on time. So communication is very important with the customers as well as within the company. And then I would say empathetic listening. You need to really listen what the customers need, as I told you. And then, as I told you, also in price sensitive markets like Asia, one needs to be really good in negotiation with the customers on prices. And then, as I told you, you need to do cross team collaboration with the finance team, with the research and development scientists, with the quality control and quality assurance team, and also with the customers. And I wrote one point: patience and perseverance. Why is this important? Because sometimes when you have a new customer, sometimes to close a sales deal, it can take a week, like few days, which is a best case scenario. But the worst case scenario is that sometimes it can take even up to a year. So you need to be really patient to deal with the customers. Now going forward, some tips for being successful at this job. Yeah, I would say one of the key skills, people before joining such a job try to do MBA, which I don't say that it's a bad degree to have. I think it's good to have a business knowledge. But one of the very key important skill that after doing this job for 2 years, which I would like to recommend people who are interested in pursuing such a role in biotech, pharmaceutical, diagnostic, or other types of job in such a business development role or sales job. One very important skill to learn or have is to learn and understand different kinds of culture and people. For example, just interactions with people. So for what helped me, which I would like to friendly explain, I attended every week during my PhD. While doing my PhD, there is a beer hour at Vienna Biocenter, which people might find funny, but I got to interact with international culture, international people from across the globe. I met people from Japan, China, India, America, Canada, Egypt, Turkey. And this gave me a good feeling how people interact with each other, what people want. Yes, so that you can develop trust with people. And people can also trust in whatever you say, the genuine connection between people. And then comes to business courses. As I told you, an MBA is useful, but it's not a must. So if you do some business courses, and if you have some next point, some business related internships or work experience in biotech, pharmaceutical companies, it can be easier to get such a job in different companies in the job market, in the industry. And then one key important aspect is to serve the customer and always stay customer focused. Yes, whatever customers need, try to have genuine interaction with customers regarding the delivery, whether you can develop such a product for them or not. And always over deliver, promise less, but over deliver to your customer, and never miss the deadlines, or try to at least not miss the deadline. And just some recent changes that we've had at EUCODIS Bioscience. As I told you, we have been recently bought by a very giant Swiss life science company that has also division in small molecules. They sell small molecules and they can also manufacture small molecules. They can manufacture peptides, different kinds of monoclonal, polyclonal antibodies, and we are the enzyme unit for this company. And recently, we have been encouraged also to interact with the sales units or business units of small molecule division, peptide division, antibody division, and such cross interaction or interdivisional interactions between different divisions of Biosyn. What I have observed is that this has promoted our sales. This has got us new customers. So it's a very good strategy that we are following currently. And just to mention briefly that some of you might be looking for scientist jobs. So our company has R&D positions open for different scientist roles as well as technician roles. People who have PhDs or masters in molecular biology and who are interested to join our company are very welcome to contact us on my following email. And also, any one of you who is interested to pursue such a role in business development or sales can contact me directly or contact Daniela and Felix, and I would be very happy to help them, to talk to them, to have a coffee and have a chat with them. Thanks a lot, Felix and Daniela, again, to give me a chance to talk to students on this platform.
Karim, thank you. It was very nice, very informative. I got some questions for you. Maybe you can tell us about your way to this position, and we had a chat before the session started, and also the participation of the ÖGMPT regarding the CV checkup. I think this would be nice for our younger people here.
Yeah, so what I did, Felix, while I was finishing my PhD, what I realized that I had two passions. One was to do drug discovery, which I believe our next speaker, Dora, will kindly update students. And the second passion was to do business. And the thing is, I was very confused. So what I thought, let's do some sort of internship and let's attend some business courses. So COVID came at that time, and for me, it was one of the fortunate times, because what happened is that during this time, I started to write my thesis, my PhD thesis, and one of the business person or business friends from Boehringer Ingelheim very kindly introduced me to one business course that was offered by Boehringer Ingelheim totally for free. Such a business course usually takes about you must pay about 3,000 to 4,000 euro to get trained for business. But I think because COVID hit, they offered such a course totally for free to students and people who are interested to learn. So I joined such a course, and I did some 1 or 2 short internships at one biotech company in Austria and in America. And I really liked business. And then I asked myself a question. I was doing research in my laboratory anyway during PhD, and I published 3 papers during my PhD. And I asked myself a question: given a possibility, would I choose a path in business or R&D? And for me, it was very clear after attending such business courses and doing such internships that I would really like to talk to customers and not do R&D lab work. That's why I decided to then apply at EUCODIS Bioscience. And I had a very rigorous interview rounds, 2-3 rounds. And after clearing the 2 rounds, they gave me a case study to solve on a product that EUCODIS has, how to launch this product in the Asian market. So then I had to take 3 days to solve this puzzle, and they liked all my answers and they gave me the job. So that's how I made it to this job.
Okay. You answered a lot of questions already, also regarding the soft skills. And maybe one question remains. You said something about social media. What's the role of social media? How important is it? And what's required? Also, which skills are required in your job, social media?
I think the people really underestimate the power of LinkedIn. So, for example, before I joined this company, I did a self-training, you can call it. Like, for example, I trained myself. Before getting any job, I was just good at LinkedIn. I approached a lot of people on LinkedIn, and people are very friendly these days. You can write to a random person on LinkedIn and ask them for job advice, and you will be surprised that you get a phone call or a coffee with such people. So that's what I kept doing, networking a lot with people. And I developed a lot of skills how to do marketing on LinkedIn. And also, if you know how to do marketing on Google or Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, even some basic marketing skills, if you have, it's like really a plus point that you can use such skills for marketing on these platforms. As I mentioned, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, for your company you join for such a job. So it's very useful. Thanks a lot for pointing out, Felix. Such an important question.
Okay, Karim, I think we have answered everything. It was very informative. Thank you very much.